Hi there, welcome to the channel. This week we're getting into part 3 of the hoop house build, where we install the raised beds as well as the drip irrigation system and hook that up to our automated irrigation system. Some of you might have noticed a slight improvement in the quality of the videography. It's not because I've got better at my job. Roxanne and Matt brought over a DJI gimbal for me, and that's made a huge difference, I think, anyway. So thank you, Rox. Thank you, Matt. Much appreciated. Let's get into it. Started putting in the raised beds. Bit of weed fabric around the edges, stop the grass growing in underneath the sides. And then cardboard down, and then we'll fill with compost, potting soil, etc. Haven't figured out what we're growing in each bed, but I reckon we can get 4 rows of smallish stuff on that side. Little section at the bottom here for the herb garden, and then another raised bed down the side. Probably put peppers, a couple other bits and pieces in there. And now I'm doing the center box section for the center bed, where we'll have tomatoes, cucumbers, etc. trellised. Hopefully it'll keep us in salad for the winter. Time will tell. Okay, hoop house update. First bed's in, starting to fill with our compost. Add some more later. Just waiting for the 2 pieces of wood to dry so I can finish the central box. That box is done. Raised bed. Just got to add cardboard and soil. And we've done the little herb garden section at the back here. So that's the herbs. Also plumbed in the irrigation for the hoop house. Just got to get some boxes tomorrow for the electrical junctions. I thought I had, but I've run out. So we'll get that hooked up tomorrow as well. Okay, it's the next day. I wanted to get an early start because the wind's picking up at 10. So I want to get this cardboard laid down before it started blowing all over the place. Looks like I did it just in time, because the wind's been playing havoc with me cutting the weed fabric to put down in the paths in the greenhouse. But that's the job today, get the greenhouse paths all prepared with weed fabric and then start filling that with chuggies. Okay, so I've got the weed fabric in. I've only stapled it to the outside because I want to get the chuggies and backfill it so it tensions up the plastic. I don't want to create almost like a trampoline effect between the ground and the plastic. So once that settles down with the stones on it, then I can staple it onto the inside bed. So this is what I meant by backfilling before stapling. So you get the material to sit nice and snug on the ground. It doesn't have any pockets that could start pulling it off the wood where it's stapled. A bit more to go. Hopefully get this done today. Okay, hoop house / spring planting update. Raised beds are created. We've got the weed fabric and then the chuggies down. We'll add a few more buckets to it just to build it up a little bit more, but that I think is done for now. Just adding some potting soil to it, top them up, and then drip irrigation in all 3 beds. Haven't got soil for that one. We're not sure what we're planting there yet, so that'll wait for a while. But yeah, let's get stuck in. resorted to buying some store-bought compost. Just want to get these beds built. Drip irrigation sorted out. That'll be, maybe I can get to it today, who knows. Got to get adapters on there so I can bring the tap up to the top of the soil without having to kink pipes, etc. But yeah, tomatoes and stuff doing alright. They're coming along nicely. Some peppers to go in the bottom there. But let's get the beds built first. I should be able to connect in the irrigation system and get power set up in here. Tomorrow, we'll see. There. Slight leak there. And a slightly larger leak there. I haven't regulated the pressure down yet, which I'll need to do for the drip. But still, I'll fix those leaks and check again. Okay. Change jobs for today. This wasn't on the cards. And I thought, what the heck, might as well get it done. Doing the drip irrigation in the hoop house. Connected up the manifold over here. I've used T-pieces and angles on the last two. And now I've used hooks. Have a look over here. Just use cup hooks. And now what I'll do is I'll stretch the tube to the other end with a similar manifold with T-pieces and cup hooks. And that should keep the tension and them in a straight line. Time will tell. So I've clipped that end, I don't know what you call it, manifold, whatever, into the cup hooks. Now I'll just stretch the tubing tight, hit it with a cable tie, and that should hold it. Okay, so I'm going to stretch this tube and then cut it where it'll keep it nice and straight. Now it's not warm at the moment, so they might stretch in the sun, but hopefully we're going to cover them up with soil so they don't sit in the direct sunlight and they'll remain straight and in place. The soil should hopefully keep them in place as well. Cable tie. That should do it. There we go. Let's see if I cut it too short. No, we're okay. There we go. Nice and straight. Do the last one and then move on to the next beds. First hoop house bed complete. drip irrigation installed, I have to start putting screws in the beam so we've got support for the tomatoes. There's one down there that needs support now. So that's the next job. Then onto this bed for drip irrigation, but I need some bits. I've run out of T-pieces. And then that bed. Just one drip line I need to shorten. It's fine when it's cold, but the minute it gets a bit of sun and it just expands too much. The others are alright. Once they're covered with soil, I don't think they'll move. Shouldn't get as hot. Okay, we'll get the middle one connected and stretched first, and then offset the two outer ones. So we need to just check where. Rinse and repeat. Okay, so here we have, I'm going to call this the manifold. It's not really, but I suppose you could call it that. That's plumbed in. I now need to backfill with soil and then stretch the tubing across to something very similar on the other side. I'll just do a closed loop and makes it easier to stretch the tubes, keep them semi-rigid. Okay, so the hoop house drip irrigation, all three raised beds done. I just have to finish off the extension of the drip irrigation into the herb garden. Then all irrigation is completed apart from fixing the one leak I have. And there we have it. Hoop house drip irrigation completed. Just got a bit more soil to backfill with. I've teed off this bed over here just to add drip into the herb garden at the back. This bed's done as well. Bit more soil to fill, and then we can start planting. I've also just fixed the leak that developed down in this corner. The O-ring had sort of dislodged as I pushed the pipe in, so it wasn't sealing. Sorted now, I'll test it in the morning. As you can see, some of the lines are the tubes are a little bit wavy at the moment. It's because they've been in the direct sunlight all day. So I'll wait till the morning to come down before filling with soil to cover up the tubes. That should hopefully keep them cool enough to stop stretching in the direct sunlight and keep them straight. Bane of my life if you've watched any of my other videos. Okay, test of the drip irrigation. All looking good, it's working. I've adjusted the pressure down on the valve because I don't have a pressure regulator on this circuit. But it seems to be working fine, and I've also sorted the leak I had under the corner there. So all good in here, just got to connect it up to the automation system now. Okay, so the hoop house irrigation wired. Mains feed into the hoop house, done. Now we just got to test to make sure that the valves actually activate when I send it with the irrigation system. Mainly getting some onions going in the hoop house. Get them all planted and then backfill it all with soil, and then that should be that. And that's where we're up to with the hoop house. We do still have to cover it in plastic in preparation for fall, winter growing, but that'll only happen in a month or two's time. We'll put a video together of that. That'll be the final episode in the series. Hope you learned something or had a good laugh at our expense. And remember, stay safe out there, and thanks very much for watching. I nearly forgot. Also have to wish Keely a very happy birthday for Monday. Hope you have a wonderful day. And you need to come and visit soon.